Here's another Ricoh GR IIIx review for you. If you watched all the proper reviews and are still confused, this is the video for you. Hi there, I'm Devesh, and on this channel I talk about photography, travel and tech, but mostly whatever I feel like. Okay, back to the Ricoh. Let me start with a bit of background. For years I've been intrigued by the Ricoh GR, all while being committed to my Fuji camera system. Yeah, I know, camera infidelity. If that's a deal breaker for you, now's probably a good time to stop watching this video because I'll be getting into more details. Now, if you're still with me, let me explain why the Ricoh was interesting to me in the first place. I love street photography. By no means I'm great at it, but I have been doing it consistently for more than a decade. During this time, the mention of Ricoh GR kept coming in various street photography communities. But I couldn't just get myself to buy it. What is it that the Ricoh GR could possibly do that my Fuji can't? And oh, how is it a proper camera without a viewfinder? The debate was ongoing in my mind for many years. But still, I never stopped stalking this camera. And finally, I made my first move. I slipped. I remember vividly it happened at a Uniqlo store in downtown Toronto. I bought this t-shirt in 2022. Just the t-shirt, of course. And that's how it always starts. At the store, it was just 20 bucks. But little did I know this would turn out to be my most expensive t-shirt ever. I was excited to wear the t-shirt, but the excitement didn't last very long. Because every time I wore it, I felt like a fake. Why wear it if you don't even have the camera? The t-shirt kept getting heavier every time I wore it. It almost felt like it was mocking me. Until one day, I couldn't take it anymore. In December last year, I got myself a Ricoh GR IIIx. The first few shots were quite bad, but that's just Canadian winter. So when I traveled to Guadalajara earlier this year, I decided to take the Ricoh with me. My Fuji came along too. I wasn't ready to leave it behind just yet. This trip taught me something important. There's definitely a learning curve to this camera. So we spent some quality time getting to know each other. One day, while shooting in Guadalajara, I ran into another Ricoh GR IIIx shooter. We couldn't speak each other's language, but somehow we felt like long lost brothers. I guess that's what makes this camera so special. Next stop was my hometown Jaipur. I've been shooting these streets for years. It's definitely my favorite city for street photography. I always wanted to try the Ricoh here. And finally, I had the chance. By now, I was getting really comfortable with the camera and started using the custom settings. And then came Berlin in the summer. By this time, shooting with this camera felt natural. Berlin's gritty streets gave me a whole new playground to explore. Now, after testing this camera across 3 continents in various streets and situations, I'll tell you something you probably know already. This camera is awesome. Now, coming back to those questions I had, what could this camera do that my Fuji can't? And how is it a proper camera without a viewfinder? This is definitely a proper camera. It's a creative machine. Without a viewfinder, you're forced to compose pictures by being in the moment. You're both the lead actor and director in your street photography blockbuster. And finally, there is nothing this camera can do that my Fuji can't. That's it. Nothing new there, right? I just took the longest route possible to figure out something you already knew. If you are someone on the fence like I was, start small. Buy the t-shirt first and see how you feel. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.